What's going on, guys? Rob here. Welcome back to the channel and another toy hunting episode. And today I'm in Westminster, Maryland, home of Eternia Dreams. I'm on vacation with my family and we made a quick detour to come here because this is one store that I definitely wanted to check out. So let's head on in and take a look. Box behind the tops. In box Sectar's Hive. Mummer's Tomb. Garbage Pail Kids. Got some of the Burger King glasses. Let's see which ones I still need. Vintage Star Wars. Bunch of carded MOTU, New Adventures, She-Ra. See how much they got on those behind the tops. Some vintage Jurassic Park. The compound on display. Real Ghostbusters. Wow, I've never even seen this person. Starship Eternia. And we have a flag in box. Sons of Anarchy cutouts. Got a whole display case of vintage Kenner M.A.S.K. Recently I picked up my first M.A.S.K vehicle, so I'm definitely looking to expand on that line. Got a wall with some vintage Transformers, manuals, tech specs. We got some Kenner catalogs, some more M.A.S.K in bags. Some random baggy figures here. Rambo. And we got a case of G1 Transformers. Ton of the Seeker jets. GOBOT Command Center. Bunch of GOBOTS. Take a look through those.
I wasn't sure where you were going with that. It's just when kids come in here, they touch everything, and they would break it. You have to have it.
Looks like we got some Brave Star. What's that? Centurions. Pride King. Tripticon.
They're currently on their way home from Ghostbusters right now. But we have, like,
Got a whole aisle of Diecast. Hot Wheels. And you got all your Matchbox on the other side. Got some episode 1. Look at this place, guys. The aisle goes all the way down. Nothing but Power of the Force 2 line. Get into, looks like some vintage collection.
we've got M.A.S.K. There's M.A.S.K.
Got some baggy, loose vintage Kenner Star Wars figures. So I'll have to dig through those and see if there's any I still need. We got some more loose figures for Star Wars. Let's see what else we got. And looks like a lot of this is Star Trek. All mint on card. Yeah, and then the rest of this is all Star Trek. So this whole entire wall, Star Wars figures and the Star Trek all the way down. And now we're at the back. This whole back is Funko Pops, but you guys have seen those a million times, so I'm going to move on to something else. Alright, looks like we have a section of Spawn figures. It's the one thing I can tell you so far, first impression of the store, is everything is very well organized. It's all laid out by sections. So if you're looking for something particular, Star Wars, Star Trek, Spawn, yeah, everything is very, very well organized. What do we got on the end cap here? Looks like some anime figures. We got some of the WWE Masters of the Universe crossover. We got X-Files. We got some Matrix. We got some Witcher. Kiss figures. Got some random Star Wars merch. A couple of the figure cases. And looks like we're moving into some more Star Wars. Looks like a lot of the Black Series.
Star Wars things. Are these still actually? I mean, well, this is one of the two. I had three figures. I had Admiral Akbar. I had Wicked. Yeah. Oh, and I had another Ewok. So I have four. I had another random Ewok. And I had R2D2. I had a used one of these that was about. When they opened up.
And coming around the corner, we have a section here with some, looks like Masters of the Universe books. Some Masters of the Universe, TMNT, X-Men. Yeah, got a whole end cap of books. Moving to the next aisle, we have, looks like wrestling on the right and Transformers on the left. Scroll down through here, give you guys an idea. Now, I currently don't collect anything wrestling. Eventually, I'll probably move into the LJNs because that's what I had as a kid. Some of the LJN figures, some of the thumb wrestlers. I don't think I'll do Hasbro's. Got a whole section here of AEW. Looks like the Elite. There we go. Here's some, speaking of LJNs. Honky Tonk Man. Hillbilly Jim. Iron Sheik. Captain Lou Albano. King Kong Bundy. Looks like Elizabeth down there in the bottom. Yeah, these are some of the thumb wrestlers. Nikolai Volkov. Big John Studd. That's it for the wrestlers. Let's see what we have on the end cap here. Looks like some Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, some more Lord of the Rings. And on the other side, looks like we have some Mythic Legions, Cosmic Legions. Huge section devoted to this. Some of the Cosmic Legions. It's a cool line, not a line that I collect. As you guys know, I don't do a whole lot of modern other than the MOTU Origins and the G.I. Joe Classified. Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. And looks like some modern Transformers here. Some robots in disguise, or Cybertron, Legacy. I do like some of the movie editions though. They're doing a good job on those. Some vintage cases. I actually had this one as a kid. Yeah. Some of the Super 7. And that's it for that aisle. Got an end cap here of Angel. Alright, the next aisle here. Looks like this is all dedicated to TV series. We got some Angel figures on the right. Alias. My wife and I used to love that show. We're just gonna scroll down through and point some out. Got some gargoyles. Random Rambo figure chilling out there. So after the Angel, there's some Buffy. Got some more Buffy the Vampire Slayer. A bunch of carded Buffy here. Lost figures. Some lunch boxes on the bottom. We have some Simpson figures.
Have to rig up a cable or something to put like banana plugs or something on a piece of cable. But I mean, some TVs still have antenna connections.
And on the end here, we have some Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's if you were so motivated, I think it's possible.
Yeah, there are people in that. It's usually just easier to get at.
We got some on the other side here. We got some Ultra Force, Tick, Kevin Sorbo, and some Hercules figures. Stone protectors.
I had a CRT, but I didn't know.
Yeah. Lone Ranger figures, maybe?
Cherry flavored energy drink.
Got some Space Jam and some Looney Tunes. And some Austin Power figures.
Not recommended.
Looks like we found the MOTU aisle. Some of the Super 7 figures. Some of the newer cartoon collection, which I actually have picked a few of those up. Got some instructions, pamphlets for MOTU. Got a bunch of baggy loose figures. Some vehicles. Got a couple Snake Mountains and a bunch of Castle Grayskulls on the top. Some Dragon Walkers, Stridors, Battle Bones. Looks like some 2000X He-Man. And looks like we're going to move on to some classics and looks like the Club Grayskull figures. Now, fortunately, I missed out on classics. I wasn't collecting MOTU at that point, and the price of those have basically skyrocketed through the roof. It's amazing, something that was produced, you know, how many years ago is more expensive than a vintage figure. You know, I'll spend $300 on a vintage Scareglow all day before I spend $300 on the classics one. And we have some of the commemorative series. I remember when these came out because I picked up my Battle Armor Skeletor. Let's see what we got on this side here. Looks like some video games. Let's go back down and check out these cases. You're in the She-Ra. Like some She-Ra, New Adventures. Eventually I'll pick up some more She-Ra figures. I do have a bow. I don't know, I got him at some point. Let's see. Looks like we got a bunch of MOTU merch, some stampers, a lunchbox. Got a mask.
Look, it's a wallet. They have an Ninjago book bag.
Party favors. You get some of these erasers on card. All right. Got some box Lego sets on the left here. And G.I. Joe flag. And on the right, this is pretty cool. You can just basically buy Legos by the tubs. I still have my vintage Legos from when I was a kid. I've built some of the sets over the years. Some I've been able to build and some I'm missing parts. So something down the road I'm gonna have to look into is finding the missing pieces. Some more Legos here. The Mega Construct Snake Mountain. I never did order that. I don't know what happened to that line. It started off really good, and then it's like they pretty much quit making sets. I think the Tower or the Eternia Tower was the last thing that I'd seen. Got a bunch of old VHS. Some board games. And another end cap of Star Trek. So, give you guys an idea. That was the wall I started with over there with the Star Wars and Star Trek. Funko. It continues. I'm only about halfway through this store. That was on the other side with some more Funkos. We have comics. I do not do comics, but I'll give you guys an idea. I actually saw Eternia Dreams video where they were expanding this section. We got some more Funkos. I'm pretty sure these are all autographed in these cases. So there's probably some more of the higher end ones. Yeah, like I said, my daughter and I, we did Funkos for a little bit when I was doing the Transformers and G.I. Joe, and the MOTU. But I basically sold them off. Kept the MOTU for the longest time, but Transformers I was disappointed in. It's like, how many repaints of Megatron and Optimus can you do? So that line, to me, I sold it off to make room for some other stuff. Got, looks like Freddy Cougar there, Jason jersey on. And got an end cap. Some old, it's like action figure toy reviews. Got another row of comics and some more Funkos. Alright, get this last section here. There's some people in here earlier, so I wanted to wait till they moved out. So we got some Thundercats. Piece of the reissue. Looks like some of the Super 7s. And Thundercats is another line that I don't currently collect, but it's only a matter of time before I get into that line. So here we have some Stargate figures. Babylon 5. Set up for like another Sci-Fi aisle. Some more Babylon 5. Firefly figures from Reaction. Some more Star Trek stuff up top. Back to the Future. Planet of the Apes. I have no idea what this ship is from. Let's see. Titan AE. We got some Predator figures. Aliens. Yeah. Kenner did these, Kenner Aliens. Predator Blade Fighter. Alien Stinger.
That one's gorgeous. That one actually made me want to do it.
Let's hit up this middle section here. Looks like a ton of G.I. Joe.
But you have to see if John wants to do it. I have to pick him up for the first one.
Oh yeah. Terradrome, Mobile Command Center, second Mobile Command Center, second Terradrome. The actual, is that the Crusader?
Well, you got quite a few years.
We got some VHS,
I don't know. If I were you, Chance, I wouldn't drive. It's not worth it.
12
I didn't
inch.
know I got hit twice Friday. People pulling out in front of me.
I've had a lot of that.
One right out here, one coming back.
Got a wall of bagged loose figures.
We wanted in one piece. No, Kelly had the line about where sadness has to go down into the memories with joy, and she said it's like a set of railroad tracks. You can't have one without the other. Yeah.
Got some Valor versus Venom on the bottom here. Like some of the Walmart reissues. Let's go around the corner here and see. Looks like we've got some collector cases, some vehicles in bag. And one of the employees was saying that that Alan basically took like half of the Joe stuff because they went to Joe Fest. You can only imagine what else was on this wall. Flip around here. There's the other half of the USS flag up top. And we got some more vehicles and bags. Sky Striker, Maggot, Dragonfly, Conquest. We got some Snowcats, Cobra Claws, Snake Armor, Cobra Rifle Range. Persuaders. Looks like Thunderclap.
We had some, but there was a guy that
Oh, it's a nice Night Raven. I still want to get one hanging up above my Terradrome. I have my Rattler. And another end cap here with some Stingers, some Havocs, Cobra Stuns. Some Battle Force 2000.
These are like little Lego ones. Those are like little Legos.
Alright, so now we're getting into some of the G.I. Joe classified. So I'll have to go through all these and see which ones I need.
I took a picture of them so we can show them to Dad. Look, we found.
Here we have a whole section of just individual accessories, which is a really good idea. So if you know what you're missing, which I do, I have a checklist for my Joe figures. Looks like we got some more of the expensive Joes here in the case. We got Baroness, got Destro, Duke, some of the Mission Brazil figures, Slaughters, Marauders, Storm Shadow, tactical battle platform on display. Got some Flash, Beachhead, Shipwrecks, more Storm Shadows. Got a whole thing of Cobra Commanders. Eventually I'll pick up a Mickey Mouse Coco. It's one I do not have. Got an end cap here with some Origins figures. Bunch of Stridors, Air Raiders, Wind Raider, Land Shark, White Dread, Road Ripper, store displays. It's pretty cool. It's nice too. He's got all of these in clamshells, which is what I do. These things are not cheap, so you can tell cares about the product to put all these Origin figures in clamshells. We got some Masterverse. New Eternia. Yeah, there's the Mega Constructs Eternia Tower. It's the last thing I've seen them produce. And I don't know if they're going to do the whole thing, so far I've passed on that. Much more Masterverse. There's the new Skeletor and Demigorgon 2-pack. Here's cereal. I've never seen that. Skelegod Crunch. There's the Super 7 2-pack. She-Ra and Hordak. They did a good job on this line. I think that's basically what compelled Mattel to do the cartoon collection. Got some of the newer animated series. More of the new Eternia figures. And some of the Super 7, which I pretty much have almost every single one of those. What do we have on the end cap here? We got some Monster High. We got some My Little Ponies. Oh, that's cool. Is that another collector's case? I don't think I've ever seen that. I might have to check that out. Take a quick spin down this row so you guys can see.
I knew there was moose here. Want to see your private show. Oh, they have this guy, dude.
Get an idea what's on top there. I know everybody's going crazy over the '89 Batman. I actually just watched that movie again recently. And the McFarlane Superpowers line. I started off collecting and I collected Wave 1. Then I wasn't impressed with Wave 2 and 3 and sold them all off. And of course now it's like that line's kicking ass. They started doing like the Copter, like Brainiac Skull Ship, the Bug. So yeah, of course when I got out of collecting it, they kicked it into high gear and really started producing some cool figures. Animated Batman series. And let's see what's on the other side here. Yeah. Swamp Thing Marsh Buggy just chilling out. Like I said, the store is very well organized, very well laid out. So if there's something particular you're looking for, like everything has its own section. Here's some of the DC Multiverse. Batman, Villain Archer. And we got some more loose figures. Alright, so next aisle over. So that was the DC. Sorry, I don't know my Marvel DC. Not an expert, but Batman, Justice League, that's all DC. So this is the Marvel. So we have a bunch of bag loose figures. I'm not sure if these Spider-Man are vintage or the new release that they did. Get into some Marvel Legends. Let's go to the other side here. X-Man, Iron Man, some Wildcat figures, Fantastic Four, I think, yeah, these are Toy Biz. Now moving into Toy Biz X-Men. And I've not watched the new X-Men 97 series. Got a bunch of vintage Toy Biz X-Men figures here. So there's your Marvel aisle. On the end cap here, we have some of the Turtles of Grayskull. Some more of the Turtles of Grayskull figures, which I am collecting a few of those. Actually, I just got my Skeletor in, and what was the other one I picked up? Slacker. So I've been meaning to do an unboxing and review on those. And looks like we're moving into TMNT. Now currently I don't collect vintage TMNT. Eventually I probably will. Not the whole entire line, because I think that's just as bad as G.I. Joe figures. But I would like to own the sewer playset and a handful of the main characters. Up there, Turtle Blimp, Party Wagon. Yeah, I don't know if that's the vintage or some of the reissues. Get into some of the NECA Turtles. If I get up high enough, you guys can see those. I think those are the old vintage, like, toy chest. It's pretty cool. And we have a section here with some bagged loose figures. That looks like it for TMNT. So outside of the store, they have this massive MOTU display. Castle Grayskull, He-Man Battle Cat. The main things I'm interested in, there's a Turbodactyl, Tyrannosaurus Rex, and there's a Bionatops. So I'm gonna have to go back in the store and see if this stuff is for sale. Got Eternia. It's almost like the complete line in there. It's the animated Grayskull, the Origin Snake Mountain. Alright, so I'm going to go in and inquire about those items. Alright guys, so heading out. Got my haul here. Unfortunately, the stuff that was in that case is not for sale. That is Alan's personal collection. So no luck on finding the Powers of Grayskull dinosaurs. So, alright, we'll see you back at home. So I'm back at home, and I'm going to try to wrap this up pretty quick because I know this video is pushing an hour long, so hopefully you guys are still watching. As I mentioned in the beginning, I was on vacation with my family, and we were at Hershey Park.
So on the way home, we decided to make the hour-and-a-half trip down to Westminster, Maryland to visit the store. And man, this store is freaking amazing. I had seen videos online, but until you see it in person, it's unbelievable. When I walked in, I felt like I was back at a Toys R Us again. If you collect it, they have it. I was probably in the store for over 4 hours, and I'm sure I still missed stuff. Now, Alan and Nikki were not there as they were returning home from another show. I probably met them over a year ago at one of my local shows, and I even told them back in February that I was planning a trip down to the store. So I was kind of bummed that they weren't there and I didn't get to talk to them. But if you guys are ever in the area, you definitely have to check out this store. And if you haven't done so already, check out their channel. I'll put a link in the description. So with that, let's check out my haul. So I spent a good deal of time going through all the loose baggy Star Wars figures, and these are the figures that I got. Now, none of these figures came with any accessories, but that's okay because I'm going to use them for display, and I've pretty much been picking up loose Star Wars figures all year long. And next, I grabbed this loose Rambo figure. He also didn't come with any accessories, but that's okay because I've been on a tear lately collecting this line, so I'm probably just going to throw him in the Defender or the Skyfire Assault Copter. And for Masters of the Universe, I picked up the Zodak. Now, I already have him, but I thought this one was pretty cool because he came with the weapons pack accessory. So I'm just going to use him for display as well. And if you saw my Toy Palooza video, you know I finally went down the rabbit hole of collecting the 5.5 MOTU style knockoff and bootleg figures. And I found a few more to add to my collection. So from the Galaxy Fighters, I got Magnon. Now he did come with his harness, but no weapon or shield. And I also grabbed Skyhawk. And I realized when I was editing this video that I completely forgot to record this aisle. So they did have a wall full of bagged, loose, knockoff, and bootleg figures. And that was my haul. All in, I think I spent about $135. But don't let the size of my haul fool you because I could have spent a lot more money. Now, as I mentioned, I did look into the display that was outside of the store, but that was Alan's personal collection. So the MOTU Powers of Grayskull dinosaurs were not for sale. But I did look at the two that were behind the counter. One was sealed in the box, and I think it was about $7.50, and the other one was graded, and I think it was $12.50. And both were just a little bit out of my budget at this time. And that's going to do it for this episode. Now, I know this video was a little longer than what I normally do, but I wanted to give you the full store experience. So if you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. And let me know in the comments what your thoughts on the store were, and if you saw anything that you would have picked up. And if you're new to the channel and just joining in, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.